Hello, my TBDs. Welcome back to my channel. It is bright and early in the morning. It is currently 7:10 and it's a wear test Wednesday. So today I'm going to be focusing on the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I have seen so many good reviews about this foundation and I want to try it. If you guys are enjoying the Wear Test Wednesdays, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into the claims of this foundation. If you are new here to my channel, I do a Wear Test Wednesday every other week where I review, test out, try, do a wear test of a long wearing or like a new foundation, a new concealer, lipstick, something like that. So this foundation retails for $36. There are a lot of shades actually. It looks like online there are 40 shades of this foundation. I have the shade 1.1 Fair Light Neutral. I feel like this is pretty specific because it has the skin tone and the undertone. It helps you better like nail down your right shade. It has 746 reviews, 4 stars. It says online that it's a weightless 24-hour full coverage foundation with oil and shine control that is also waterproof, sweat resistant, and won't look cakey or cause blemishes. That sounds like a perfect foundation for me. I mean, it has kaolin clay with bamboo powder, which is supposed to help control oil and shine, hyaluronic acid, which I love hyaluronic acid. It moisturizes and nurtures your skin, and it has a vitamin E, which protects against environmental aggressors. Sorry, my voice is the way that it is. It's just how my voice is right like in the morning time. So anyway, it's supposed to be a matte finish and it's supposed to be good for all skin types and the coverage is supposed to be full. So let's go ahead, hop into testing out the product. All right, you guys, so I just primed using my regular primers that I use when I do Wear Test Wednesdays. So here's what the box of the foundation looks like. On the back, it just says all of the claims that it says online. Studio tip, a little goes a long way. That's what it says on the inside of the lid. This totally doesn't match. Look at the end of the box, which shows what color and undertone your foundation is, and look what you actually get. That is totally different. That's not accurate. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze some into this little guy. It does have a squeeze tube, which is awesome. I know a lot of people really like squeeze tubes and plastic, you know, not something glass with a pump. It's easier to travel with. It does look like it might be a good color match for me. I just hope that it doesn't oxidize, because if it does, I am screwed. So it looks pretty thick. As you see, it's not like running down the dish or anything. Yeah, no, these shades are really misleading, I think. Like this is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. Whoops. Okay, a little goes a long way. I didn't think about that. Let's just keep a going. Blending it out. This is very full coverage, you guys. Like real full coverage. If you guys don't know, I do film in my basement. So there's always like lots of weird noises happening that I'm unsure of because it's just the house. This is so full coverage. Crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and use a sponge to apply this whole thing. It looks really nice with a sponge on this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on the other. So you don't need a whole lot of this foundation. A little does go a very long way. I do like how it's applying with a sponge. It goes on pretty matte. Like the second that you apply it, it's not sticky. It looks like it's sat down onto your skin. Yeah, it's almost like I don't even need to set this foundation. However, I am going to. Getting like really weird little dots happening on the side of my nose. Don't know what that's from. I am going to drag this down my neck just a little bit. I'm really hoping it doesn't oxidize. But so far, right now, it matches my neck. Like it is maybe just a hair darker than my neck, but right now it matches my neck. And so I hope it doesn't continue to oxidize. That's what the shade looks like in the bottle. That's what it's looking like on my skin. I like it. It looks good. I'm curious to see what it looks like with the rest of the products on top because it looks nice. It does feel a little heavy on the skin and I'm a little concerned it's going to darken. So I will be right back when I finish the rest of my makeup. All right, you guys, it is 7:40 and I just finished out the rest of my makeup. I gotta say, this foundation looks very nice, like very flawless. Normally, I'm not a full coverage person. I like medium coverage. I like to see a little bit of my skin coming through the foundation. However, this is a very nice looking full coverage foundation that doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, and it's not creasing in my forehead at all, which usually foundations always do. It's sitting really nicely on my pores. It's not emphasizing anything. I would say that the shades are a little bit misleading. This seems a lot darker than what I saw from swatches online. Just keep that in mind when you are going to pick out your shade. It might be better to do it in store. I think that it looks really, really nice. So flawless. So just like, it looks like I have perfect skin right now. So I'm eager to see how it wears throughout the day. I will come back at the very end of the day and show you guys how my skin held up. All right, guys, I am back. It is 7:13. Somehow the day just got away from me and I worked, came home, ate dinner, and now I'm here. So I've actually had this foundation on for 12 hours, almost at this point. So usually longer than I do my wear tests for, so I will keep that in mind as I move through my thoughts. Here's what my skin looks like. So I definitely think that I need a lighter shade. I wore this scarf just to help a little bit with that because it just seemed too dark for me. I do think that it had really nice coverage throughout the day. It seemed to hold up decently. As of right now, I'm pretty oily. Like, I don't know if you can see on my forehead, I am just like a grease ball. And if I go like this, it completely takes the foundation off my skin. It has come off on my chin right here. I don't think these guys were there when I first applied this foundation this morning. And I've noticed that I've had to reapply, like I've had to touch up this area specifically because the foundation kept coming off of it. It did feel relatively heavy on the skin. I wouldn't say I'm the most pleased with how this wore. Like, I think it looks decent. As you can see, it has rubbed off my nose. I have had to reapply powder on top of this throughout the day just because I've noticed that it's been fading. I don't think it's the worst foundation I've ever tried, but it does definitely feel like a full coverage foundation. I even asked Chris his opinion and he said that it looked kind of like heavy and a little bit cakey. I don't know if that's because I applied too much originally. I feel like I didn't take a whole lot. And when you apply it onto the skin, it's kind of harder to blend because it is a moussey texture. So once it's on there, you just kind of have to blend in the spot that you put it on. So I do think that I'm going to get a lighter shade of this foundation, see if there's a shade that fits me better than this one, and then retry the foundation, see if I break out. If I don't, that's great. Maybe I can use more of a mattifying primer underneath because this Revlon one was just a pore filling one that I used this morning, not necessarily a mattifying one. So maybe if I used it with the Fenty matte primer or a different matte primer that I have, maybe it would wear a little bit better. I am very oily around my nose. I did notice when I blew my nose earlier, it's just like the foundation totally came off. So I would say that it's okay for oily skin. I wouldn't say it's the best for oily skin. And it's just a little more coverage than I am comfortable wearing on a daily basis. I feel like for an everyday foundation, it's odd to me if you're gonna wear a full coverage foundation every day. This is something I would more wear to like a date night or a night out, a concert, something like that, because to me, I don't need this amount of coverage on my skin every day. I don't know, I work in a school, so I felt like I was definitely wearing the most foundation I've ever worn at the school before. And it just can kind of make your face look a little fake, you know? Like if it's too high coverage, it looks like you've just plastered paint on your skin. I don't think that it looks like paint, but it's like close. It is really, really high coverage. So just be aware of that. When you go to buy this foundation, I would not say it's a 24-hour coverage. Absolutely not. Like look, it's come off my nose, my chin, this area. I will say it didn't crease as bad on my forehead as much as foundations normally do, which I did like. So if you have trouble with creasing or whatever, maybe this would be a good foundation for you. So yeah, I'm kind of like in the middle. I think I need to repurchase my right shade, test it out again, see if I break out or if I can find a primer combination that it looks nicer with. If you have tried this foundation, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Why? I'm curious. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this Wear Test Wednesday here. Let me know any foundations that you would like me to review next, or any concealers or anything that claims to be long wearing. I'd love to check them out and review it for you in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful day. I love you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.